Good morning, class 9. As here you can see the topic that we are going to discuss today is human skeleton. Okay. Now you need to understand a human skeleton. Okay, it is divided into two parts. One, you can see the axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Okay, so axial skeleton, it comprises of your backbone, skull and the ribs. Okay, and this axial skeleton, it forms the main axis of your body. Okay, it forms your central axis. Okay, and on the other hand, we have your appendicular skeleton. Okay, so as you all can see, it is comprised of, or it comprises of your limbs, your forelimbs, your hands and your hind limbs. Those are the legs. Okay, and along with your girdles, the bones, the joints present here. Okay, in your shoulder region and the bones that are connected with your arms and all, your legs and all, that comes under girdles. Okay, we have the girdles, the pectoral girdle and your pelvic girdle. So for today's session, we will leave this appendicular. Okay, so we are just going to discuss about the axial skeleton. Okay, so we are going to discuss here about the skull, the bones present there, the structure of the skull. Okay, then your backbone or the vertebral column, what is it made up of? Then your rib cage and your sternum. Okay, so first let's take the topic skull. So here's the picture and the explanation. Take a view. Okay, skull, as you all can see it in the picture, it consists of 28 different bones. Okay, including your ossicles, ear ossicles, the bones, the smallest bones that are present in your ear. The bones of the skull can be divided into two main parts. It is called the cranium or the brain box. Okay, and another one is the facial bones. Okay, the cranium, it consists of 8 flat bones which are rigidly attached to each other by zigzag lines called the sutures. The cranium protects the brain, you all know that. Okay, it is also known as the brain box. And the lower part of the skull, it is made up of 14 facial bones, okay, which are firmly attached to the cranium, and they form the upper and the lower jaws. The upper jaw is fused with the cranium, as you all can see, while the lower jaw is movable. Okay, both the jaws have alveolar sockets into which your teeth are fit. Okay. Next is your vertebral column. You all know vertebral column. It is also called the backbone. So you can see the picture, the image of it. Have a look. The vertebral column consists of vertebrae. The vertebrae are arranged one above the other, as you all can see. Each vertebra has articulate surface below and above, which brings movement between them. There are 33 vertebrae present in the vertebral column, please remember that. And they are mainly divided into 5 regions according to their position and structure. Okay, so the 5 regions are, first one, the 7th vertebrae. They are known as cervical vertebrae. Okay, the neck region that builds up your neck region. Then 12 vertebrae, they are known as thoracic. 12 thoracic vertebrae that makes up your chest region. Okay, then there are 5 lumbar vertebrae. Then 5 fused sacral vertebrae and 4 fused coccygeal vertebrae. Please remember that. Okay, so you can see the picture also, it is divided there. So I think so you must have understood. Okay. Function of the vertebral column, you all should know that. It forms the central part of your skeleton, supports your skull and protects your spinal cord also. It serves an attachment to the ribs and the girdles. It absorbs shocks produced by walking, running, lifting and other movements. Now, so first we are going to discuss about the cervical vertebrae. Okay, so have a look there. The neck region consists of the cervical vertebrae. These are the smallest vertebrae of the vertebral column. The first two cervical vertebrae are known as atlas and axis. They are specialized to support the skull and to enable it to move. Okay, so the atlas is a ring shaped and there is no centrum. It is a solid cylinder of bone that forms the main support of the vertebra. Okay, its neural canal is very large and the axis has small centrum and a large neural axis. Just below that we have the, just below the atlas we have the axis. Second region, it is the thoracic region. Okay, and the bones there, it is known as the thoracic vertebrae. Okay, there are 12 thoracic vertebrae. The centrum is large and sturdy. Okay, they have long neural spines you can see, no, from which forms an anchorage for the muscles and the ligaments that supports your head and your neck region. The spines that are rising from the vertebrae, they help in the attachment of your muscles, okay, to your skeleton, and it supports your head and your neck. Second region is your lumbar region. Okay, so it is known as lumbar vertebrae, the bones there. Okay, there are 5 lumbar vertebrae and are the longest and the strongest of all the vertebral column. They are attached to your back muscles and maintain the posture and flex the spines in movement. Okay, so it helps to bring posture and movement also. Okay, it maintains your posture, body posture, and it facilitates movement in your body. Okay, then comes your last one, the sacrum and the coccyx. Okay, the sacrum is a triangular shape vertebrae. You can see there, it consists of 5 fused vertebrae. They are joined there, they are not free, they are fused. The coccyx consists of 4 fused tail vertebrae which are very, very small and have a relatively simple structure. They do not resemble the structure of typical vertebrae. The muscles of your buttocks are attached to your coccyx. Please remember that last one. No, it is your coccyx. Then we have the ribcage. Next, it is the ribcage. You all know ribcage. What does it do? It is found in your chest region. No, protects your chest. It supports your chest, and also it protects internal organs like your heart, lungs. No, okay. Now have a look. Ribcage. The ribcage forms a loose protective casing for your heart and your lungs. It consists of 12 pairs of ribs. It is made up of ribs, the bones present there. Okay, which articulates with the 12 vertebrae of your thoracic region. The ribs are flat, narrow bones and are bow-shaped curve. The first 7 ribs on each side are joined to your breastbone by a cartilage. They are referred as a true rib. First 7 ribs, they are known as true ribs. The next 3 ribs are joined to the cartilage of the ribs immediately above. They are known as false rib. Okay, then the last 2 pairs of the ribs, they are free there, no? So they are known as the floating ribs. The ribs, you should know the function of it. Obviously, it plays an important role in the breathing mechanism. Please remember that. There are muscles in between the ribs. You should know that is why movement occurs there, which are called the intercostal muscles. They are arranged in two layers, the external, the outer, and the internal, the inner intercostal muscles. There are 11 external and 11 internal intercostal muscles on each side. These muscles play an important role in the mechanics of breathing. And the last one is the sternum, or your breastbone. Have a look. It is a flat, long, dagger-shaped bone. You can see that. It is about 15 to 18 centimeter long and is found in the center of your chest region. Its broad upper end supports your collarbone or your clavicle. The 12 thoracic vertebrae and the 12 pairs of ribs are, and the sternum forms the thoracic region, which protects your delicate and your vital organs of your thoracic cavity, that is your heart and your lungs. So the 12 thoracic vertebrae, the 12 pairs of ribs and the breastbone, together they make up your rib cage. No, that makes up your thoracic cavity. Okay, these are the region that makes up your thoracic cavity, and these thoracic cavity, what does it do? It protects your internal organ, your main or the vital organ, that is your heart and your lungs. Okay, so this is what about the axial skeleton. Okay, now next session we are going to discuss about the appendicular skeleton. Hope you have understood and enjoyed the video. Please go through your text, also refer your text. Thank you so much.